Hello, and thank you for coming to the Waters Effect. I'm your host, Matt, and I'm looking at OAN. But first, I need you to hit like and subscribe. It helps the channel grow. Now let's take a look at this article. Election integrity heats up as states take action. There's a video here. We'll go ahead and watch it.
A leading expert in election law from the Heritage Foundation says election integrity remains one of the most important issues to tackle ahead of the 2022 midterms. Here's One America's Christina Bobb.
So I understand that there is an audit that has taken place or is in progress in New Hampshire. What can you tell us about the efforts for election integrity in New Hampshire?
Well, that's an important story that hasn't gotten a lot of attention, like the Maricopa audit, because it's an example of what an audit can turn up. It's going on, I think, in Windham, New Hampshire, and the audit has already turned up a big problem with the computer scanners. Those are the pieces of equipment that actually read the paper ballots and count the votes. And what they've discovered is that because of problems with those computer scanners, they weren't properly counting votes. And the audit has turned up, this is a small election, but the audit has turned up that the winners in that particular election were not credited with at least 300 votes that they should have gotten. Plus, they found that the losing candidate, who they thought had lost by 24 votes, had actually lost by 100 votes. Now, the election wasn't overturned, but the point of this is that if they hadn't done the audit, they wouldn't realize there's a problem with their computer scanners, and by knowing about that problem, they can hopefully fix it so it doesn't happen in future elections.
Was there any type of pattern on winners and losers that they could identify, whether by political party or affiliation with some group? Was there any way that this could have been intentional, or was it truly just a glitch making random errors?
So far, it doesn't look like it was intentional, but just simply a glitch in the equipment that was causing this particular problem. So again, going back to Arizona, the whole point of an audit after an election is to see, did the system work? Were there problems? Were there problems that need to be fixed? We ought to have audits like that going on in every state around the country after every election.
Right. What do you think will come out of this? Because, we have the Arizona audit taking place and New Hampshire showing that there's problems with machines. What do we do? Where do we go from here?
Well, these audits are very valuable for, like I said, turning up any evidence of vulnerabilities in the system that can then be fixed. State legislatures around the country in places like Georgia, Texas, and elsewhere have been trying to fix those security issues that they have discovered. And these kind of audits can provide even more information with, they could turn up, were there problems with the voter registration list? Was there problems with the equipment? Anyone who opposes this, I think, is being very short-sighted, and those who claim this is somehow partisan are just wrong. I mean, think about the fact that private companies have audits all the time, and no one thinks twice about it. They think those audits are a good thing to make sure that everything is being properly done at those companies. Well, why wouldn't we want the same thing with elections?
Right. Very good point. Well, sir, thank you so much for your time and expertise.
Sure, thanks for having me.
All right, guys, the video's over. And when it comes to New Hampshire, the problem with that place was it wasn't a full forensic audit. They just tested the machines, and they did find a problem with the machines. Don't get me wrong. It's an important thing to be found. But there's other stuff that they need to look at as well. But when it comes to tabulator machines, they need to be completely done away with. They're junk. They easily malfunction on little things, such as folds. So I think when it comes to tabulator machines, they need to get rid of them. Not only that, they should have done the whole state and checked them out, because those machines are throughout that whole state, as well as 3 other states in the New England area. The vote's going to be completely different in those states. When it comes to where that fold is, it would track different on the vote. The other thing is, he's 100% right when it comes to doing these audits. These audits are important, and it's because you're finding issues that you could fix for later on elections. But I hope you all enjoyed the video. Please hit like and subscribe. It helps the channel grow. Peace.